Welcome to another episode of Growing the Game podcast. I'm your host, Kweku Kekeli, and I'm here again with Mr. Junior. Welcome, sir, and I hope you're doing great today.
Doing great, sir. How you doing, man? And thanks for having me once again, man. I hope this time the technology will be on our side.
Yeah, I hope so. So going into today's podcast, we're going to look at three segments as usual. So today we're going to look at the ongoing Sahara Conference in Senegal. Then we'll look at the Edenville tournament that ended just last week in Joburg as well. Then the exciting thing coming up, we actually going to have the women's Afrobasket 2025, which the draw was also done last week. So we're going to look at these three sections today. But first of all, we're going to start with the Sahara Conference, the interesting side of it all. We're seeing how things are going, and it's surprising. Some surprises are just popping up. I don't know. What's your view on this?
I have to say after. Okay, let me just say after the two first games, because the third games actually was playing on was the first third game was playing. I think it just finished, and I think Monastir got the W versus the Creole. But after the first two games, man, like you have one win and one losses on each of them. So which was a little bit surprising, especially after seeing how Pedro started so hard, starting very, very good. And then on the second game, they just drop a game. And then you have your OG team that also started
Yeah.
very bad,
Oh,
then
geez.
got the win on the second one. And then you have Ville de Dakar that also started bad and got a win. So it's just a mixed feeling when you look at the two games. It means everyone can beat anyone on any day on the group, which I think we haven't seen something like this when after two games and everyone is standing on the same state. It shows that this group is going to be very competitive.
Yeah, talking about competition in this group, I think yeah, I side with you on that. This group is really tough. As I said from the beginning, from our previous podcast, I said we shouldn't look down on any team coming into this tournament. But I think US Monastir listened to my advice and they brought in some few players to help as well. I don't know. Maybe they watch my podcast and they think, oh, this boy is saying the truth. Let's go get some stars. So yeah, they got some reinforcement, and I
They
think they also
actually because yeah, you're right, man. Like you like off the camera, and you told me that they actually added some good players to their rosters, and when you look at the contribution of those players. Those are actually players that are giving the most. When you look at Adi Junior, when you look at Dang, these are the type of player that are giving, they're helping with the scoring. Sleman, the OG actually I think he's scoring less than 10 points per game, even though his presence on the court is something
it's
that the
impactful.
opponent will be looking at. But is not someone who's giving a lot in offense. Yeah, the addition that you mentioned to me, they actually helping the team. I just checked the results. They actually won 88-70.
Seven.
They beat Creole, so which mean they now got they're now two
Two
and one,
wins. Yeah.
which looks good on them before Pedro goes on and try to get a second W.
Yeah, that's true. No, Petro also came with some fire that we didn't expect. Besides, everyone will say it was easy for them to win Crostar in the first game because Crostar was the less team in this group. So yeah, I wasn't shocked with the dominance from Pedro de Luanda, but I think they did very well. But going into their second game against US Monastir, I think they had some lapses and things couldn't go their way in the second game.
Exactly. I mean, it's a little bit surprising, man. Like I said, this is Pedro we're talking about. So somehow you expect them to dominate such game, and I know it's sports and everything can happen. So you don't expect them to lose certain game all the way they lost. So it was a little bit surprising, and yeah, it shows again that if you come in this tournament and not prepare, and everything can happen. So I guess they learned their lessons, and just like Monastir did, they just pull out. And Monastir was leading as much as 20 at some point, and I'm looking at the score now. It was just a 16-point game, and doesn't really tell how they dominate this game. Yeah, any single day, if you don't pull up, if you don't bring up your A game to this tournament, I think anything can happen because Everyone deserves to be where they are. Either it's a wild cards, but they deserve to be where in this tournament at this stage. Yeah, you gotta bring your A game on each game.
Yeah. The funny thing is, US Monastir has never lost to Pedro de Luanda since BAL started. They've never lost to Pedro de Luanda whenever they meet. So, yeah, I think they are trying to keep their 100% win record against Pedro de Luanda.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Also,
You know how sport works, man. It's all about matchup, man.
yeah,
Some matchups are hard on you, and other team you beat them easily. So it is what it is, man.
it is what it is.
So yeah,
So
that's my thoughts.
yeah, I can see. So yeah, looking at the home team also, ASC
Yeah.
Ville de Dakar, the home ground, they are protecting the Paquets. I think things are getting shaky for them because their first win wasn't a strong win. Also, I think I'll call it a lack in their first win against US Monastir, and their second win that is they lost against Crystal, which we all saw that they didn't play really well. The chemistry in the team wasn't really gelling that much, so things didn't go their way against Crystal as well.
I'm looking. I know Senegalese fans are some of the best, man. If you every time the home team is playing, you know they're going to show up. Like they're really going to show up.
Yeah,
The coming numbers and they bring it. But if you look at the score, they beat Monastir by 3 points.
yeah, yeah,
And
exactly.
when you look at the game they actually won. So they beat Monastir by 3 points and they lost by 3 points.
Yeah,
So you can
they
tell
lost by
that,
3 points against
okay,
Crystal. Yeah.
the fans actually the home, yeah, they're feeding from the crowds, because they're playing at top. But you can tell that it's not a solid team. It's not as solid as it's supposed to look like. I know you named me
Mm,
some players last time, but it clearly shows that they can do much better than what we seeing them doing right now. Now the next game they're taking on Petro, and Petro that's coming from losing. I don't think it's
yeah.
gonna be any easy for them.
It's not going to be easy for them. And also, our newcomers from Cape Verde, the Almeida brothers, who merged up to create a wonderful team to present Cape Verde in this year's BAL, which are the Crow Stars. They got their first ever win in BAL, in the history of Basketball African League. They were able to get their first win against ASV de Dakar, which was impressive. I think they really fought for that. They really fought in that game and they gave it their all on the floor. Though they missed out on some key
So
players.
exactly. So, okay, first of all, to beat the home team, man, it's already something. If Petro couldn't do it and Creole Star did it, it's something very impressive, and it shows that they have something going on there. I know it's a team that rely on the twins brother, and if on any given day, if those threes can fall, they can beat anyone. So it's a team that
Yeah,
shoots a lot of threes, and they don't stop until either it goes in or not. They keep shooting. So, like I said, it's one of those days where I think like they just those threes falls in and they need them the most. And contrary to what happened today, if you check their stats today, you actually see that they shoot poorly. So, but was a good, a very impressive win. When you can beat a home team with their fans, and yeah, it's something to be proud of.
yeah, exactly. Something to. So there goes my question again. So do you still stand by your prediction from the last time, from the qualifying stage, the teams that will qualify?
So the last time I went with Petro, right? We all
Yeah, you
went
went
with
with
Petro
Petro. Yes,
on one.
first.
I took Monastir on two, right?
Yeah, you took Monastir on two. You took Monastir
And
on
on
two.
I think
I think you took Creole
I
Style on
took
three.
on three,
You
and
took, yeah,
Asville on fourth.
yeah.
After watching what
You,
I just after the first two games and what I've seen today, I think I'm
mm,
sticking to what I saw. Because already, like I told you, after Monastir getting the win right now, so which means Monastir is going up. Petro will be
yeah,
two. They still have to wait to play, and obviously Creole is gonna go down because they just play an extra game. But after Petro beat, according to me, after they beat the Ville de Dakar, the Ville de Dakar is still going to finish number four. I still stick to my four.
okay. I think I'm going to make some few changes here. To be sincere, I disrespected. I think I disrespected US Monastir, but no. With what US Monastir gave us going into the tournament, I was going to obviously put them on number four. But sorry, US Monastir. But I think I have to do some corrections from here. I think I'll take Pedro de Luanda
And
first.
and
Take
and and okay, so okay, give me now your new one. How is this?
Yeah,
How
my new
does it
one
look
is
like?
Petro. Petro is going first. Petro de Luanda first. US Monastir second for me. ASV Dakar will
Uh-huh.
come third. ASV Dakar will come third, and Crew Stars will come fourth for me.
Nice. All right, all
Yeah,
right. So we only differ on third and
third
fourth,
and
right?
fourth. Yeah, exactly. Third and
All
fourth.
right, all right. But I'll keep mine. I'm not changing anything because, like I said, the fact that QL beat uh, Ville de Dakar, so which mean they have, because I beat you on the first leg. So let's see how the second
Mm,
leg goes. So even if,
yeah,
let's say,
exactly.
even if you beat me, the way we played, the two
Yeah, the head
games
to head.
against each other, I think might play a certain role. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Head to head will obviously play a role over there. So moving forward, you were in Joburg to witness.
But in general, man, like when you look at this tournament, when you look at this Sahara Conference,
Mm,
compared to the one we watched before, how do you see the quality? Like, do you think it's a better quality than what we saw, or is it under?
I think what Senegal is giving us in the Sahara Conference is much better for me in the Kalahari. What happened in Kalahari Conference in Morocco, because we've seen this intensity, we've seen this zeal from the teams that they are willing to push for everything. I think we didn't see this tough matchups in the Kalahari Conference. I think this conference is much more ahead of the Kalahari Conference for me. I think this will be the
I might, I might,
toughest one.
I might be a little bit biased, but in terms of quality of basketball, I'll put it behind the Kalahari in terms of
Okay,
basketball because I feel like it's a little bit, let me just say, not so beautiful basketball to watch. That's just me. Yes, the level of physicality is there, and but I don't, I still have to see those games where you go like, wow, I missed this game, and like those type of
I get it.
basketball game where you go like, wow, I just missed this game, and this was a beautiful game of basketball. I feel like it's more of, in terms, like I say, in terms of basketball, I still haven't seen that beauty basketball since I've been watching. Maybe the second game is going to prove me wrong.
Yeah, maybe the second half of the game will give you a different impression about this whole
All right.
Sahara Conference. Oh yeah, taking us to the Edinburgh tournament, you were in Joburg to witness everything. How did the tournament go, and what's your expectations for this
So
tournament met?
let me be honest because the show is all about honesty. In terms of
Mm,
organizing, I'll first start by saying that the last time we saw something like this, I don't remember. When you get to a stadium and you see the branding and the way things have been done. So it's a wow, man. You have that wow, like, so, which mean we're capable of hosting such events. Then you start seeing some holes here and there, like why are we playing at 2 during the week, and why are we playing at 6, even after you speak to the organizer, and even after people complain, like, dude, we want to be part of this tournament. When you're running a tournament at 2 p.m. on a Wednesday with a cold weather and it's raining, what exactly are you trying to achieve? And then you have sponsors. Are you really selling basketball, or you just want this thing to run and done? Because if you really want to push basketball forward, I think you want people to be part of. And everyone keep telling you, like, please allow people to come from work and come and watch this tournament, man. Like, I never seen such thing. I never seen, maybe during the holiday you can allow yourself to run things at 2 p.m. on a Wednesday when it's holiday. But you running a tournament, the first game is starting at 2 p.m. on a Wednesday, and it's a work day, which didn't make sense to me. And when you try to speak to organizers, like they didn't have choices. But in such instance, you tell yourself, maybe because it's a broadcast. Sometimes a broadcaster tell you, like, I want to run this program from this time to this time.
into this.
But we didn't have game lives, where Josie Nugget had to provide a AI camera that was broadcasting on their YouTube channel. So it was hard to understand, like, exactly why are we doing these things? Why are we playing 2 p.m. and 6 a.m. and that schedule happened the whole tournament. They did not try to change nothing. The only time where they actually pushed game because we had, I think, on the second game where we had an issue with the hoop. One hoop was
Okay.
broken, so by trying to fix it, then the game started late, and which actually did allow some people to come to the game. So when it comes to that, I think that was a big failure. You trying to sell tickets. It was 80 rand, 80
Oh,
rand for both games. But you see people coming from work and the two games are done. So that's the
that's
first thing. In terms of the quality of basketball, I won't say 100% of basketball was worth it because you had some of those games. I wouldn't pay a single cents to watch some of those games, man. Some of those games were just whatever. It was just low quality of basketball. But of course, we had some big games when we had games where, like, whenever everyone was playing the BAL team MBB, every game they play was a tough game, was a big game. Even though they end up dominating, but in the final, the Malawian came back strong, and you saw it was a close game. I think it was a 3-point game, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, so if I have to put a percentage on it, I would say that in terms of basketball, we had maybe 50% or 60% of good basketball, and the rest were just what it is. Obviously, like I told you, we still have to see. The tournament happened, and we didn't see any check being given to anyone. We also still want to see, like, where's the money? Was the money given to someone?
the
Because that was a 500,000 rand project. So you have to come back and show us that actually this is what happened. This is the money that was given to ABC because you promised people that they're going to get the biggest money, and we still want to see proof of that.
yeah, I think
Yes, basketball won at the end of the day. They managed to put together a good tournament, but I think there's a lot of that we need to fix in the future if we really want this to be a annual tournament and successful. I think we have to be open to all the suggestion, and then see how it goes. And obviously, if you're going to promise people prize money, I think the people have to get that prize money when they're done because you have international team. You have a team from Malawi that came and played. They spend money to come to the tournament, so obviously they expect to go back to Malawi with the money that they won. You have a MBB that has to prepare and go to the BAL. Obviously, we're going to need that money. So these are things we need to, we can't make them wait for days or weeks before they get that money because these guys came in and well prepared and they knew why they were coming in there. It was more about the money. And after winning it, I think they deserve to get the money.
okay. Okay. So talking about quality in this tournament, are there any areas for improvement or concern for teams or players in the SA basketball going forward?
There is, man. Like everywhere else in the country, on the continent, when you try to just have a VIP circle of events, often you don't get the quality that you want, right? Because you end up having who can afford to be in that tournament instead of who can give you the quality of the tournament. When you have a tournament that costs you 10 to 20,000 to be part of the tournament, how many of our social teams can put that money together? Even if they have the best player, it become a little bit difficult, right? So then you start having those clubs that are privileged enough to be part of the tournament, but they don't have the players that can actually compete at the tournament, right? So I think in terms of basketball, and you've noticed every time we try to accommodate everyone, then we have tons of talents, to pick from. But when we make it an exclusive tournament, then you only have the people that can afford to be part of that tournament. So I feel like maybe in the future we can go a little bit down and allow to have quality. Like I told you, there are some of these games I wouldn't pay cents to watch. So I think they can improve from there. They can improve and allowing teams that can really play and fight for that money to show us their talent.
So my last question before we move away from the Edinburgh tournament, from what you saw from Made by Ball, the MBB team, can you say they are prepared for the BAL happening in Rwanda next month?
I'll be honest with you. It's a home team. We're supporting them, and well done to Cyril for standing for MBB, believing in the local players and trying to push us as far as he can. It takes a lot of money, sacrifice, and everything to put a team at the BAL. I salute him for that. But are they ready for the BAL? When I watch others the game, I'll be honest with you, man. I don't think MBB is ready enough to face what they're going to be facing in Kigali. If you struggle against a Braveheart, I'm not disrespecting Braveheart, multiple time champion in Malawi and stuff like that. But if the first game against Braveheart was a walk in the park, like then you
Okay.
come to the second game and then you end up winning, I don't know, by three points or something like that. If you're going to struggle against Braveheart, I think you're going to struggle a lot when you go to the BAL. Because if you look at the Braveheart team, they don't have height. They don't have big players. They rely more on the short player that are fast on speed,
Okay.
and they don't even have the physicality. They're just fast.
Okay.
They're fit and fast. But when you go to the BAL, you're going to deal with long, not saying
Yeah,
tall
certainly.
players. You're going to deal
Certainly.
with everything, with big bodies. I don't see them fighting through it. So unless they bring in last minute changes, I think I'm going to lower my expectations when it comes to the local team. I love them, I support them, but I think I'm going to lower my expectations so that I don't get hurt more.
Okay, we just pray for the best. We are solidly behind them. We want them to make South Africa proud. So that's all what we're praying for. But yeah, it is what it is. So moving forward, moving away from the Edenville tournament and other discussions, we focus on our main topic today, which is the Women Afrobasket 2025, which will be taking place in Cote d'Ivoire from the 26th of July to the 3rd of August. Last week we experienced where the draw was made in Ivory Coast, where we had 12 teams being seeded into four pools, into four groups: Group A, Group B, Group C, Group D. Yeah, so here are the groups we've got. In Group A, we had Cote d'Ivoire, Angola, and Egypt in Group A. Then Group B, we have Mali, Cameroon, and South Sudan. Group C, sorry, we've got Senegal, Uganda, and Guinea. Then the Group D, we've got the reigning champions Nigeria, Mozambique, and Rwanda. So going to this, we already know that this is going to be another tough one, which is not going to be easy for the team, some of the teams, because we've got South Sudan, new teams coming in, which is in South Sudan coming in. We've got the champions already know, 4 times champions in a row, which is Nigeria. So what do you think? What do you make about this year's Afrobasket?
Oof. Let me just say, I think we're going through the women's.
Yeah,
We don't respect women in basketball on the continent
certainly.
enough, and it's such a shame, man. It is a shame. So you have 4 groups of 3 teams, all right?
Yeah, 4 groups of 3
Which
teams each.
means in each group you're playing 2 games. First of all,
Yeah,
you just play two
yeah.
games.
Mm, for each
That
team.
that that's clear disrespecting. We disrespecting women basketball on the continent. Things like this shows that we're not serious about women basketball. Then we're
Mm,
going to expect this lady to go and compete at the World Cup. We expect these ladies to go and compete at the Olympics, man. They're playing 2 games in a group. 2 games in a group. That disrespecting. So we're not serious about this tournament. Even though they say the winner of each group qualify for the quarterfinal, then number
yeah,
2 and number 3
the
still have to
three
play.
the
You
qualifiers,
know,
the qualified series
yes,
to
they
get
have
to
to
the
play qualifiers
quarterfinals.
and things like that. Things like that. So I don't think we respect enough, man. If we gotta let these women play enough games as possible as they can. They need more basketball. This tournament plays 2 years after each 2 years.
Yeah,
The last
exactly.
time this
After two
tournament play
years,
was in
2023.
2023.
Yeah, where Nigeria won.
Yes, yes. So how many basketball this lady has been missing on the continent?
Yeah,
We don't have friendly game. We don't have beside the qualifiers here and there. Already thing that happened on the qualifier where some zones don't even have qualifiers. It's just a walk through because others didn't show up. So we have to start by respecting this tournament, allowing these ladies to play enough games in a calendar year. We need to allow them to play enough games. That's my first issues. And I know when you talk to FIBA Africa, it's like you talking to a wall. It's like you're really talking to a wall, and the things that these people can do to push this sport, we're seeing how things are done in football. If your ladies team cannot participate, it affects your men's team, those type
Yeah,
of things.
exactly.
If this club cannot go, so the minute they start putting together such thing, it's going to help and elevate women basketball. CAF, for instance, came to a point where like you cannot go to the Champions League if you don't have a women's team or if you don't endorse a women's team. These are the small things that we do sometimes to elevate or to push women basketball for, and we don't have those things. We have a BAL that is running, and the men's are making money, having sponsors, but we're not doing anything for the ladies, and
So
it
actually,
shows that we're not serious.
the ladies have the Women's African Basketball League as well, which they play, but there is no much attention channeled to that side as the men. There is no much attention
But they
channeled to that
just
side as
cha-
the men.
they just they changed the name. If I ask you how much are they getting paid, nothing.
Yeah, that is the problem. There is no much investment into
They
women's
don't even
basketball in Africa.
they don't even have a kit. They play with the local kids.
Exactly.
That's how
They
that's
play with
how
their
bad
local
it
kids.
is. But while you have Nike and Jordan sponsoring the men, so we're not serious about the lady. We don't respect the ladies enough, man. And we have to keep saying so that the world can hear. We are disrespecting these women. When these women, some of them playing overseas, wake up and say, I'm not going to the Afrobasketball. We were the first one to say that they are disrespecting the country, that disrespect this and this. But if you look at these things and now we're running this thing. So a lady is going to leave the WNBA and say, I'm going to play Afro basketball only to play 2 games. Like to me, it's
Yeah,
just disrespecting. But if I have to go back to your initial question, so to me, I think all the groups they're well balanced. I spoke to someone who told me that Group D was a group of death. I was like, I don't
yeah.
look at it as a group of death because defending champion Nigeria,
Mm.
Mozambique always been a teams. Those ladies always give hard time to Angola. They compete.
Yeah,
Mozambique
they've got a
ladies,
good ladies team.
they always compete.
Mm.
Obviously, we know Rwanda have put a lot of money into women's sports
Yeah,
with some imports players from the US and stuff like that. But I can tell you, Mozambique doesn't back down. That they compete against anyone. We've seen them competing against big national basketball. So obviously, to me, everything is a little bit balanced because you take Group A. Who do you have? You have Angola and
you've
Egypt.
got
Then you
Angola,
have
Egypt, and Cote
Cote
d'Ivoire.
d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire. So let's say Angola and Egypt. Maybe Cote d'Ivoire. I don't know them much on the ladies, but I will go Angola, Egypt.
Okay.
And when you take Mali, Cameroon, South Sudan,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's more a francophone world. It's gonna be
Affairs.
Mali,
Yeah.
Cameroon, South Sudanese ladies are coming together. They're putting it is still a fresh nation of
Yeah.
basketball.
Fred
So we
team.
understand they're trying to come together. That's why they got the wild card because now to motivate them. They didn't even qualify, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, they
Then
didn't.
you
They had a
get
wild card.
Senegal, Uganda. Yeah, you have Senegal, Uganda, and Guinea. I think this is an easy one for Senegalese. The ladies from Uganda, they're coming. They
Yeah, they
are
are
coming.
coming. They are coming.
And yeah, so they are coming. So I think Senegal, Uganda is going to be some strong matchup. Like I told you again, obviously, Group D, Nigeria, Mozambique, it's going to be games. Nigeria, Rwanda, it's going to be games. Hopefully, Nigeria Federation won't mess up because
Yeah, I think I
Nigeria
just also.
they rely on their diaspora to win this
Yeah,
tournament.
exactly.
That's why they've won it,
Exactly.
I don't know, 4 years
More
in a row.
4 years
So
in a
if
row.
they
Yeah.
do not mess up, still can defend the title. But if they mess
They
up, I don't
they've
see them
actually won it.
coming alive.
They've actually won it 4 times in a row, not 4 years in a row. It's 4 times in a row. They
Oh
won
yeah,
it in
sorry, sorry,
2017.
sorry. Oh,
Yeah.
we played 2 years after 2 years back.
Yeah, after
So
two
yeah,
years.
like I
So
said, I feel like it's all balanced. But like once again, I would have loved to see our ladies playing more games. Because the next tournament is after 2 years again. I don't know when is that, where the Olympics are coming, 2028, right?
Yeah, I think 2028, if
So
I'm not mistaken.
we go through a lot to have a women teams qualify for this tournament. So we just need a lot of games, man. We need a lot of game and take these ladies seriously. And yeah, maybe we can move forward.
Yeah. So the past winners of this tournament, we've got Senegal winning it 11 times. We've got Nigeria winning it 6 times. We've
Yeah.
got DRC Congo, sorry, winning it 3 times. Then we've got Angola winning it 2 times.
It's better if you just say Zaire because
No, but I mean, they are now called Congo, DRC Congo. So let's just take it that way. DRC Congo winning it 2 times.
since 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 they became DRC Congo, they never smell even the quarterfinal if I'm not wrong.
The same applies to Egypt. Since Egypt was changed from United Arab Republic, they also haven't experienced anything or smelt it. So Egypt, Angola got it two
Yeah.
times. Egypt has also got it 2 times, and Mali and Madagascar has got it one each, respectively. But sorry, I want to create a fat
Yeah.
joke here. When are we going to see South Africa? When are we going to see South Africa in that pool one day?
Okay. Do not. Okay. Let me just correction. Don't say when are we going. Don't say when are we going to see South Africa at Afrobasketball. Say
Okay.
what are we going to see again?
Okay.
Because in 2015 in Cameroon, was 2015 I think. Yes, 2015
Hmm.
was in Cameroon, right? South
Okay.
African was actually part of that
Yeah.
tournament in 2015. We had a team there, and
Hmm.
obviously we didn't win any single game. But if you check in a group A, we had Cameroon, Mozambique, South Africa, Gabon, Uganda, Mali. We were there. So obviously we finished with a record of 0-5. We didn't win any single game.
Hmm.
And woo, 69-27 to Mali, 42-71 to Gabon, and
Uh,
86-43 to
I think
Mozambique.
I think this is becoming humiliating now. Sorry to say. Sorry to my South African
Uganda,
brothers and sisters.
55-42 to Uganda at least. So,
Mm,
okay, like I said, I see you. 51 Cameroon. Yeah, we pick it up. We pick it up. Okay, so yeah. Like I said, man, we do not respect women basketball on the continent. You know, men always have money, or men always have the little money that is in
yeah.
basketball, and the women always don't have money.
Mm,
Like you talking about South Africa. There was no qualifier in the zone six.
no,
The zone
okay.
six is made of the zone six is made of Zambia, Zimbabwe, South
Baboon.
Africa, all these guys, Malawi, all of them that play
Mm,
Botswana, they're playing in the zone six. And there was no qualifier. So it shows that we're not others are trying, but in the zone six we are not serious. So as long as we don't respect these ladies and as long as we keep running our federation the way we are running our federation, nothing much is gonna happen.
okay. Today I also saw that. Sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. National Basketball League SA, the BNL, is about to
Yeah.
start from May 17th. But I don't know if I should call it South Africa's National Basketball League or National Provincial Tournament. Sorry to say, but I don't know what to call it. But yeah, I see the BNL is about to start soon.
Okay. So my first issue, I think I don't have enough information, but I'll try to reach the office of the Basketball National League South Africa tomorrow to just find out because it's one. Let me just say it's one paper fixture for the lady and
And the
one
male,
paper
yeah,
fixture on the
men's
male,
side.
and then it
Mm.
stops there. It doesn't say there will be finals, there will
Yeah, it
be
doesn't, yeah.
uh playoff. It doesn't tell much, so I still think that there's something missing. But one thing I've noticed, I'm sure maybe you also noticed, is that MBB is not part of this new season.
Yeah, I also noticed, yeah.
Yeah, they're not part of season. According to my sources, it had to do with the finance because once you buy a franchise, you gotta pay money, and looks like
Mm.
MBB was still owing some money. So due to that, they couldn't feature them in the coming season
I
because
think,
they still have some outstanding balance to settle. So we're not gonna have MBB in this new season. And yeah, we wish them all the best. But like I said, I still think that there's still something missing because that doesn't look
mm.
like a league. It more looks like a Easter tournament.
I think we have to set a day to have a discussion on Basketball National League itself. We have to get a time to
Yeah,
talk
man.
about this.
It is, man. If you want, I mean, I'm all in tomorrow.
Yeah,
Like next week, bring more elements, and so that we speak. I mean,
sure.
we're talking about the National League, man. Like this is something we need to dig deeper and come out
Exactly.
with what is been done good and what is been done bad and how to improve, and then
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So we will make our time
yeah.
to bring our viewers, another episode which will solely based on the Basketball National League to give them insights, more insights about how the league is being run and everything about the league. But anyways, thanks for
I
having
just, I
you this
just,
evening on
I
my
just
podcast
hope my
again.
lady. I, I just hope and I pray that we beat your lady. We are tired of Montaniers
No, 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 no.
ladies
Mountaineers are the
beating
big
us.
deal. They are the big deal. We've got nobody who
They are
can beat
not.
us in the VNL.
No, they are the big deal now. So
They are the
we
big
kind
deal.
of tired of.
Let them
So
bring.
I think
I think we will need an all star team to beat us. We will need an all star team. They should merge the
nah.
other teams. They should merge them and bring an all star team to beat the Mountaineers.
Let me tell you what's gonna happen this time around.
Okay.
All it takes for us to beat Mountaineers is
Hmm.
to change the rules, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
These rules that didn't allow our students to be part of, like, didn't allow some of our players to not be part of the league just because they were playing for district league is the reason why
Hmm.
you did not see our best. So the minute they're
Yeah.
going to allow and say, you know what, those players can come and play even though they're involved in other league, I
Hmm.
can guarantee you there's no back to back to back.
Okay. Let's wait and see then. That let's wait and see. Let's wait and see.
We
But I
have the
know,
best, man. We cook talent for living, bruh.
and we
We
win
have the
championship for a living. We win the BNL for a living. You should know that. You cook and we win for a living.
your best generation of male, your best
Hmm.
generation of mountaineers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The best they've done,
Hmm.
I think was going to, was it the final or semi final? That's
No,
it.
we went to the finals.
That's
The
it.
mill. We went to the finals actually.
And
It happens.
10 years of
Basketball is a win and lose
10
situation.
years 10 years of the league, you went to the final once.
It's still an
10 years of
achievement
the
for
league.
us.
I was after 10 years you win one league. You go to the
We
final
we
once.
we
So what exactly are you cooking? Are you cooking like Kaiser Chief is cooking? What exactly are you cooking? Because for 10 years you don't even know what the smell of a cup at the BAL. So, and you have under 12, under 9, under 8, under. So what exactly are you cooking? I think you might as well just eat takeaways, and let the home of basketball that we are continue cooking basketball so that you can benefit and eat in the future.
that's all the time we have for today's episode of Growing the Game. Thanks for watching, and if you like this episode, please make sure to subscribe to our channel and follow us on all social media platforms for the latest updates of news from the African basketball world. Thank you, and catch you on another episode.